So I thought I was wrapped up for the rest of the season. As you can see, I'm pretty much already in the attire to join the Newcastle Knights in their usual Mad Monday trips to Bali. Pretty much the NRL equivalent of going to Cancun after being knocked out of the NBA. But basically, there's still something we need to be sorted. A certain other case, of you will. Basically, the case for the final spot in the NRL Finals, as two teams desperately try to cling on for an extra couple of weeks of pay, and, well, pretty much just to delay going to joining the rest of the other teams in Bali, to say the least, as we go into the third episode of Better Call Ztank. No, actually, I'm going to take these off. This makes me look professional and stupid. But anyways, the NRL Finals are still not wrapped up in terms of who will actually be participating in them, which is really strange to say the very least, depending on how some teams have been going. But anyways, the final 8 spot is still up for grabs, and basically we're just going to look over the two plaintiffs and see what the outcome will be. Because, get it, law lingo, because it's a reference to Better Call Saul, it's law. The first team, we have to head up over the border and go into Queensland, which is home to the Gold Coast, Bali with a budget, as we go to the Brisbane Broncos. Yes, for some reason, the Brisbane Broncos have quite literally fumbled the last bit of the season. If you were to tell people that around halfway through this season that the Broncos were going to falter and potentially miss the finals at the point when they were third place, people would think that you're a loony. But, well, the loonies turn out to be the Brisbane Broncos, as they've basically gone completely off the rocker and basically have lost a considerate amount of matches. They did win a few, they beat the Knights, but then again, everyone beats the Knights. It's just one of those... Actually, no, the Tigers didn't. But anyways, it is weird to think, and especially coming over from the last 2 weeks, where they've conceded 50-plus points in both games, conceding 60 against Melbourne Storm and 53 against Parramatta, both of which being at Suncorp, which has made the more sense. But all of this momentum from like halfway through this season, with like Adam Reynolds was playing some of the best football he did, and yet the players like Kurt Capewell going well. Tamai Martin stepping in was a fantastic sight to behold. Katoni Staggs, Selwyn Cobbo, Herbie Farnworth. Like, what happened? Even Tyson Gamble as well. Patrick Carrigan is another one. It's like, how is this team absolutely fumbling this season? It is just so weird to think about, to say the very least. It's almost like ever since after Origin ended, something's just been missing from this team. It's just a bit abhorrent. And because of these lackluster results in the last coming weeks, it has now opened the gate for a few teams to actually see if they could try to claim the spot for themselves. Teams like Manly and St. George were such teams, but they've all been cleared out of the way by a surprising contender in the Canberra Raiders. Canberra have had a bit of a stop-start season. They've had an okay season in comparison to previous seasons, but they are now in the position when they're 8th place because for some reason, the Brisbane have basically fumbled it somewhat. But the Raiders, over the last coming weeks, obviously the big talking points from them is a certain comment made in a press conference. See episode 1. That's a callback. Please watch it. I don't know why. It's actually done really well. If anything, watch episode 2. Please. But the Canberra Raiders, coming in from the last coming weeks, have actually gone very decently. They beat the Knights after the Knights led by 20 or so points. And basically, the Knights were out by about like 18 or something like that. And then Canberra scored 20 unanswered points to win the game. Because, of course, they did. Because the Knights. And Canberra also were getting very crucial wins against teams that were also vying for these spots. They got a win against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. And they also, last week, absolutely bollocked Manly, which basically has put them with that for and against now in their favour by about 47, as they're now top of points for the Broncos. So, what do you guys think in the review of this? Which team do you think will make it to the top 8? Do you think Brisbane will save the bag somehow, or will they continue to fumble it as Canberra will waltz into the finals?